Hi, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. Scott Ritter joins us now. Scott, I want to ask you in some length about the Trump-Putin relationship and what, if anything, was manifested and what, if anything, was accomplished by Ukraine. But before we get there, a few other questions about the other hotspot. Last week, Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced that Palestinian officials authorized as observers at the UN would not get visas to enter the United States over the weekend. The State Department announced that no one with a Palestinian passport will enter the United States. What national security issue is implicated here? I mean, what does the United States gain by barring Palestinians from entering the U.S.?
Nothing. There's no national security interest. There's no legitimate diplomatic reason. This is purely, American sycophancy to Israel. This just proves that Israel, Zionism, has a iron vice-like grip on the soul of the American government. There's literally no excuse for this other than to appease an Israeli government that, frankly speaking, is getting its butts kicked in Gaza right now. Nothing's going right for them. Haaretz, one of the largest daily newspapers in Israel, just published a front page story that said that the Palestinians are the greatest people in the world when it comes to defending their homeland, calling Palestine a Palestinian homeland. This is the reality of Israel today, a defeated nation governed by a corrupt, defeated politician, desperate for relevancy and turning to its only friend in the world today, the Trump administration. Because I can't say the United States. The United States is increasingly waking up to the reality that Israel is a genocidal state, an illegal warmongering cancer on global society. And even Donald Trump had to acknowledge that the control that Israel once exercised freely over Congress, and he admitted that Israel owned Congress. What a thing for an American president to admit. He says that that's slipping away. So it's not America, the Congress, or the people of the United States that Israel controls anymore. It's a Trump administration which sold its soul to Zionism when he gathered together these various cabinet members that currently populate his administration.
Is there any force since Netanyahu and his regime and the IDF only seem to respond to force? Is there any force that can stop the IDF slaughter and forcibly admit food and medical supplies into Gaza?
Hamas is doing that right now. It's going to take time, but look, let's just be frank about this. October 7th was about destroying Israel. Let's be upfront, but not the way the Israelis have characterized it. The non-existent slaughtering of babies, the raping of women. This didn't happen. What happened is that Israel was humiliated by Hamas, who launched an attack against Israeli military positions, Israeli strong points. And the purpose of this attack was to lure Israel into the Gaza trap. Now, this Gaza trap was going to be a bloodbath. Hamas knew this. They knew that Israel would behave as Israel is wont to behave, to slaughter civilians. And Israel has done this. And this is the genius of the Hamas plan, because the only way you get the world to turn their collective backs on Israel, as is happening today, is for Israel to expose to the world the awful truth of Israel, which is Israel is a Zionist entity that exists only at the expense of the Palestinian people, and Israel is willing to slaughter, butcher, commit genocide, starve people to death, bomb children trying to get drinking water to remain relevant. Israel has exposed itself to the world, and Israel will be defeated by this. And this is only because of the continued resistance of Hamas.
But the diplomatic isolation of Israel is not stopping it. It sounds like only Hamas or some outside force, Egypt, Turkey, an American president that viewed this from a humanitarian and America first, not Zionist first, donor class first perspective. Only something like that seems like it will stop it. Do you believe that Hamas can defeat the IDF, and prevent them from demolishing Gaza City?
Oh, Israel's already demolished Gaza City. Israel's already demolished Gaza. But what they haven't demolished is the resistance, the spirit of resistance amongst the Palestinian people. And Hamas has defeated the IDF. The IDF is not winning this war. The IDF will lose this war, and the IDF knows it will lose this war. This war won't be stopped when some outside power intervenes, because all that does is buy Israel time. This war stops when Israel is defeated by Hamas, and this defeat isn't just militarily. If it was just a military equation, Sinwar and the other Hamas leadership wouldn't have ordered this. This is about the economic demise of Israel, the societal demise of Israel, the political collapse of Israel, the delegitimization of Israel in the global eyes. This is how you defeat Israel. And the only power that can do this is the power of Hamas, the power of the Palestinian resistance. And they're succeeding at a horrible cost. I'm not trying to minimize anything that's going on here, but the fact is, every day that Israel slaughters Palestinian children, and they just bombed 7 of them gathering water yesterday. Every day Israel does this is another nail in the coffin of Israel. And this is tragically the only path towards Palestinian statehood that exists, because the world was never going to rally and do the right thing by Palestine. Never. They never would. There is no peaceful solution. The only way there is a Palestinian state is for the Palestinian people to defeat the state of Israel completely. And that's what's happening right now. And the best weapon that Palestine has is Israel itself, because Israel now has exposed the fact that by existing, it is incompatible with civilized human life. The world is recognizing that the issue isn't Netanyahu or the Likud. The issue is Israel. The issue is Zionism. The issue is the evil that Zionism brings, the murder that defines their black hearts. And Hamas has brought this reality out. It's going to take some more time, some more suffering, some more sacrifice. But my God, let's not minimize the sacrifices already been made or denigrate it. These Palestinian people, as Haaretz noted, are defending their homeland unlike any other people in the history of the modern world.
So why doesn't Turkey stop selling oil to Israel? Why doesn't Moscow impose some sort of blanket sanction embargo on Israel? Why don't countries do non-violent things to give the Netanyahu regime pause?
Well, first of all, Turkey's making far too much money for this. The Turkish political and economic elite are making too much money. Turkey has long-term ambitions of being an energy hub in the region, and you can't be an energy hub if you start embargoing the energy that comes from your resources, from your territory. Turkey is conflicted here. Russia is likewise conflicted. Vladimir Putin has acknowledged that a significant percentage of the Israeli population speak Russian, and therefore, by definition, are part of the Russian nation. And Russia simply can't sanction the Russian nation. This is the reality. Israel has spent decades insinuating itself into the very life fabric of so many nations. And this is why so many nations have blindly supported the existence of the Israeli state. This is, again, why it's up to the Palestinian people and the Palestinian resistance, supported by other steadfast, loyal allies like the Houthi, who continue to, attack Israel even after Israel assassinated their prime minister. Again, Israel assassinated a head of state and the world is silent. I mean, this is stunning. It's not, and they tried to assassinate the Iranian head of state, and the world is silent. Well, you know who's not silent? Hamas. Every day, Hamas is getting up, crawling out of the tunnels, and slaughtering IDF occupiers. And this is what it's going to take to defeat Israel and to bring about an end to this conflict and the reality of a Palestinian state.